witness, some invisible force from your own unconscious is telling you this is what this is now. It's two elderly men talking to each other like they are 12 years old. There needs to be a new awakening, a new change, a radical new system.
Hi, I'm Evil Anthrax, and I want to talk to you about typology. Now, why is typology such an important thing? Well, typology, what it means to me is that we're coming to a point in society where things are just turning south, okay? And typology is, in truth, it's the Holy Grail. It's what we need in order to change society for the better.
It's a way of life. Jung talks about how people have cognitive senses or cognitive functions, and cognitive senses and functions are basically cognitive senses, which most people, you don't really hear about that when you take an MBTI test. MBTI is Myers-Briggs type indicator, and Myers-Briggs, although extremely popular, and I will admit it's useful, has its strengths, but it is not without its weaknesses. And quite frankly, I don't like how Myers-Briggs talks about how people can change their type at any time, or can change their letters. So it's not ideal.
And people seem to have a love-hate relationship when it comes to typology. For those who oppose, it's pseudoscience.
These questions have been prompted by questions I've been asked many times by many people who attack typology as non-science, pseudoscience, unsciency, or not empirical enough.
Empirics. Is that the only thing that's keeping us from knowing exactly how to type people? Because we can pick out the cognitive functions depending on what somebody says. Their sentences betray their very functions. What else is out there that we're missing? I mean, do we not have people out there who are already doing this? Already testing the cognitive functions by sentence structure, and then picking out exactly where they are and how they're being expressed?
My kids grew up on Scoob, so it was just fun to try to do something different.
Yeah,
My kids grew up on Scoob. It's an extroverted sensing statement.
It's on Netflix, Spencer Confidential. You filmed that in your neighborhood that you grew up in, right, Mark?
Yeah, it was crazy. We shot literally Alan Arkin's character's house was.
Yeah, it's crazy. We shot this. Okay, look, more extroverted sensing, remembering the past through the eyes of other people. Okay, so far he's looking like a crusader.
I work from home on Fridays. I guess I feel the need to give you background. In the morning is that I typically do my podcast with Crystal, Synchronic Saturdays. We typically film it at 10 a.m. in the mornings. But I purposely did not set an alarm because this week has been so stressful with my dishwasher not working. And I intentionally was like, you know what? If I wake up on time, then it's meant to be. I'm doing the podcast. If I don't wake up on time, then I'm not going to do it. And then I woke up to a text from her like, hello. And then I knew, okay, if she begs me to do this podcast, then I'm going to do it. And then she begged me to do it. And I'm like, okay. But I was just laying around feeling sorry for myself for I gave myself a couple minutes to feel sorry for myself. And then I decided that it was time to be done feeling sorry for myself. And I gave myself some coffee and I was just pretty much in an existential crisis mode. Next thing I knew, I was doing a podcast, and then next thing I knew, you texted me.
Okay, cool. So the thing is, that to me sounds like a pretty developed SI polar. Like you, as an ENFJ, you've gotten in the habit probably of being able to give some specific examples and try to relate back some specific stuff from your past because you understand that people relate better to what you're saying when they have specific examples. And as an FE Dom, that's important to you to develop some of those skills at least, you know?
Yeah.
So you're more SI competent than an ENTJ.